Yeah. Speaking of power, did you see Rolly's Teo versus Rolly's? Rolly hurt him. He hurt Teo. He almost had him out.
He did.
Teo versus Rolly's. Rolly hurt him. He hurt Teo. He almost had him out.
He did.
What'd you think? Did you catch it?
We were watching it. It was pretty good. None of them really made it clear for me, like domination. But I told my dad, if you're gonna give it to anybody, you got to give it to Teo for pushing the action. But I mean, in my honest opinion, it felt like a draw. Like just from like a boxer's perspective, like nobody really put their dominance. And then all these commentators that think they know about boxing, they don't really know shit. Teo won so easily. No, the fuck he didn't. He didn't even touch him really. Like Rolly's face was clean. Teofimo looked like he got hit by like fucking got jumped and shit.
That's what Rolly said after he told me. He said, "Look at my face and look at his."
Yeah, I mean, the truth is, Teofimo didn't land any real clean shots to the face. It was all back shots and to the arm.
He just looked a little bit more active.
That's it.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna give it to anybody, you got to give it to Teo. But I know the mistakes that Rolly's made. I mean, I could see it, but maybe one day I'll let him know. Like,
maybe in the rematch.
You're off. Yeah, after I beat him, I was like, yo, for Teofimo fight, you should have did this.
Although you're fighting Conor Ben in 17 days, they're already announcing you and Teo next. Have you heard that?
Did they? Oh yeah, they want us to make it unification. Like I said, I will beat the brakes out of Teofimo. It would. I don't even think that fight would be like. That's one of the fights that people would think would be tough for me, and then I make it look very easy. That one I've been wanting way before, a long time ago.
I have a video of you guys facing off 9 years ago, 8 years ago.
Yeah, no, but I really want that. Like, I want to beat the fuck out. I want to give him his final lesson.
There was a strange.
He always gets lessons learned. This will be the final lesson learned.
There was a strange comment. I think it was Chris Mannix. He said, "Anybody who's in the know knows that Teofimo versus Ryan is next, whether Ryan loses or wins against Conor Ben."
The fuck? Nah, that's a real that's a horrible statement. Exactly. If that was true. The landscape of boxing always changes, man. I wanted to fight Shakur Stevenson after Barrios. Look, it didn't work out. Some shit don't work out. What if it don't work out? You know, what if Teofimo is...
What's good, YouTube fam? It's your boy KB back with a late night drop, man. Back to get boxing is just due, man. And y'all just seen the clip from Ryan Garcia, who's been, not surprisingly very bold, very outspoken, very brave. Some would say brash, just very confident, oozing with confidence since he defeated Mario Barrios, man. He went in on Teofimo. He said he beat the brakes off Teo. He said he barely landed punches on, Rolly. Rolly looked like, he beat the hell out of Teo because, we all know Teo got the scar tissue and his eyes was beat up. But he kept saying, if you had to give it to anybody, you had to give it to Rolly. You had to give it to Teo. And rightfully so, man. We just seen Teofimo become a 3-division champion this past Saturday. And, he beat Rolly. Rolly just didn't simply do enough. But like I said, Ryan Garcia has been very bold since his win and is becoming a newly crowned, WBC champion at 147 pounds for the first time in his career. Look, respect to him. He looked pretty good. He looked solid. I'll give him that. He looked pretty consistent against Mario Barrios, but, he still has the same tendencies, some of the same flaws. Mario Barrios, if we being honest, his title run was on life support. He was hanging on to that title by a thread, and they lined him up perfectly. They gave Ryan Garcia an opportunity after getting beat up by Rolly, getting embarrassed, dropped, neutralized by Rolly. He came out and he got it done against Mario Barrios, and credit to him. He got a big fight coming up, big title defense against Conor Ben in September. I hope he's prepared. I hope he's taking things serious, man, because I've seen a lot of footage where he's sparring streamers and just, sparring in his house, it looked like. I hope he's really taking this serious. We done seen him make WWE appearances and different things like that. And I'm not knocking him for kind of, trying to continue to grow his fan base and his profile. But I just hope he locked in. He taking his opportunity serious. Don't overlook Conor Ben and allow him to snatch your title. But fight with him and Teofimo is something that's being rumored ever since, obviously Teo beat Rolly this past Saturday. And they saying win, lose, or draw. As Ali was saying in the video, win, lose, or draw, they saying Ryan will fight Teo next. And we know how that's kind of like a bad omen for boxing when you schedule fights before, a fight gets done, right? So Ryan better focus up. We seen what happened before when they planned the Devin Haney rematch. Ryan goes out there and gets beat by Rolly. It could be the same situation. He go out there and get beat by, Conor Ben. And who knows if he would want to fight Teofimo after that. Maybe so, but it definitely would put a damper on the fight, because if he can go out there and win and the Teofimo fight is next, then it'll be a unification that I think boxing could get behind. I wouldn't mind seeing who the better fighter out of the two. I mean, Rolly got beat by Teo. Teo became a new champion, moved on. He said he want to become undisputed. He said he want the big fights. He said he want to fight the guys like, Ryan, even Devin. He said he had to change the heart with Devin. Say he'd be willing to fight Devin Haney. So hopefully these dudes keep their word, and politics, aka politics, don't stop these fights from happening, because the 147 division is no longer the glory division it once was. Got some new talent, some fresh talent I think is up and coming. Some of these champions are pretty solid, but it's just not as deep as what it once was. But if these guys get to mixing and matching, these champions, making these unifications, trying to make another undisputed champion, I think things could get really interesting. And you got the guys, the Rohan Polancos, the Tiger Johnsons of the world, Brian Norman making his comeback as well, man. You got some real talent there. You got 147 has a lot of potential, and I just hope we can get the fights that need to be made. But make no mistake, man, Teo and Ryan would be a fun fight. May the best man win. Let's see it, man. It'll be two guys that rely heavily on their athleticism rather than game plan. So it'll be interesting to see whose athleticism will reign supreme. Would it be Teofimo Lopez, or would it be Ryan Garcia in that left hook? That's my thoughts, man. Get in the comment section, man. Let me know what y'all think about all this, man. Is Ryan and Teo the fight to make at 147, the unification to make, or is Conor Ben going to play spoiler and we're going to see something different? And as always, man, y'all get in the comment section. Let me know if I gave boxing its just due, because that's what I do over here at Just Do Boxing. Till the next one, I'm out. Peace.